Hey everyone, welcome to the live stream. We'll get started shortly. Get real excited. This is free while it's on. There's going to be a lot to learn today. Make sure you check out our school community for archived access to this and lots of other content. So yeah, you want to check that out, go to altartsacademy.com. Learn more. Heck yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
What's up? What's up?
Hello, what's up? All right, here we are. Okay, I will be right back. I'm going to go potty and I'll be back.
Nice. I'm going to send out an email to the school community. Hey everyone, we're going to get started so soon, but I just wanted to announce to the world that on our school platform, I just sent out a post that was sent as an email to all of our members, letting them know we're live. Isn't that exciting?
Very exciting.
Victor, can you believe this is our first webinar of the calendar year?
Excuse me? Excuse me? Rachel.
All right, less than a minute to go, 55 seconds.
Okay.
30 seconds. Get hype. Get hype. Five, four, three, two, one. Happy New Year!
Amazing. Can you hear me now, Rachel? Rachel, you can't hear
I
me?
cannot hear you.
Okay. Do you want I'll reload first and then you can reload second, okay? Let me go first. Here we go.
All right, folks, we're just having a little bit of technical difficulty. No problem. Victor will be right back. I think we're just sorting out some audio issues.
Can you hear me now?
I can. You're a little loud.
Oh, nice. Okay, so let's get this under control.
Hey, everybody. Victor's back.
Indeed. All right, so welcome to the workshop. Today's workshop is really mostly a talk, but because it's about something that I've been doing recently that is pretty effective, and I just wanted to talk about how it can be extended to other industries. So here's what I've been doing. I'm right now I'm doing a partnership / affiliate program for one of my ventures, which is an app called the Magic Bookifier, which is an AI ghostwriting app which helps people write books. And here's how it works. We reach out to people who have communities who might be interested in Magic Bookifier. So Magic Bookifier is an app which especially performs well with, say, content creators, entrepreneurs, aspiring writers, things like that. And so if someone has like an email list, for instance, that is like, we're all coaches and trying to coach and blah, 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 blah. And then we send out a promotion for Magic Bookifier to that audience, chances are they're going to buy. And so and so what we do is we make a deal with those people and we say, hey, you send this out to your audience, we'll give you, X percentage of what it makes. And in our cases, it's 40%. And so we give them 40% of the sell. And that is very lucrative for them. The reason this is so great is because the reason that this is so great is because like we basically can pay ourselves to expand, which is really important. Now that is something that we do for this app, but the question is, how can you do that with like other industries and other disciplines? And since this is Arts Academy, I want to specifically talk about how it applies to art. Um, there is the the main point of this is okay. So whatever you're doing, sometimes you have to reach out and advertise to people to let them know that you exist. And it's the difference between advertising to get one person's attention or advertising to get the attention of that one person who leads a community of people who might be interested in your offer. And that's I think that's the thing that's the most important. What it is just it's highly leveraging yourself for success. For instance, if you're a say you're a portrait artist, okay? So you like to make portraits of people. And instead of trying to find people who want their instead of trying to find people who want their portrait painted, instead you um you uh, make a deal with a fine arts organization that has an email list of so many people who are art appreciators, and then you reach out to those people to you reach out to those people and say, "Hey, I want to pitch to your community that they could have their portrait painting." And since that community already are they're aficionados of art and they understand how valuable a fine art portrait is, uh, you may sell more than you would normally. Also, you can get to a lot more people than you would have before. Rather than seeking out one person to buy your portrait, you could get many, many people to buy your portrait at once. No matter what you're doing, if you're a comedian, if you're a writer, whatever you are, you can use this tactic to build and to you can use this tactic to build and to make more sales. Writers do it all the time. As a matter of fact, a lot of times writers will write a book and then they'll do a talk about that book where everybody who attends that talk buys the book. So for instance, you could do a presentation somewhere where they have a community of people, of course, and then those community of people buy the book, and in which case you're doing the exact same thing where where the organization that hired you to do the talk, they are themselves making money in that either they're paying you for the talk and then the people are paying them to come to the talk, or maybe you made some sort of deal with them where uh they can have a portion of the sales. And in fact, that's something that I should do with Magic Book of Fire, just do talks about AI book writing, and then everybody can buy the Magic Book of Fire.
I think that's a great idea. Let's get into a little bit more of the specifics. So, like, it's cool and all to like say, "Hey, person, let's make a deal, take a commission, promote my product." But how do you actually come up with the numbers? How do you decide what the deal should be? How do you make sure it's lucrative for you? How do you keep it organized? Just the logistics.
It's really easy. Actually, it's very easy. And here's what it is. You you look at how much ever whatever the thing costs you. How much does it cost you? And then you make sure you get more than that money in the end. So if you've got something that costs $5 to make and you're selling it for, you know, you're selling it with a company to a company, like say you're promoting it to a community and everybody pays $25 for this thing. So then you have a lot of leeway to make that percentage. You could say, I will give you, I will give you, 40% of that sell, or what is it? 25 $25. Each 20% is $5, so I'll give you 40% of the sell, so that they get $10, you get $15, and that's $10 above what it cost you to make that thing. So just really, it's just like, how much does it cost you to make, and make sure that the final number that you're getting is more than what it cost you to make.
Yeah. And how do you keep it organized? Obviously, it's gonna differ across the arts, but probably the organizational systems are pretty similar.
Well, I mean, that's a whole nother thing, like how people keep things organized. I used a CRM, a customer resource management system, I believe it's called. And right now I'm using Trello to follow these affiliates. Like, I just keep them in a Trello board and I move them from list to list when things happen. That's how I stay organized. I can't say for sure how everyone else should stay organized. I do think you should write things down. I do think you should have your own like CRM system, but yeah, that's how I stay organized. And you should definitely like look into the best way for yourself to stay organized. But again, I want to reiterate, the key is um, partnering with people who have an audience that your offer would appeal to, and finding people who lead those groups rather than finding people one at a time.
Yeah, and let's say your network isn't very big, but you find some contacts, like, going with the portrait example, reaching out to, like a gallery owner or something like that. Um, how do you just, like, cold email or call these people in a way that will make them, 1, open the email, and then actually read it and consider the content?
It depends. I mean, you just have to think about the point of view of the person who's reading the email. That's what I do. I just think about, like, if it were me, what would I want to read that would make me actually want to, you know, interact with these people. And one of the best ways to and then one of the best ways to do it, I think, is just to if I had absolutely no contacts, because I got a head start on a lot of our affiliates, because I had uh an email list that I could reach out to and say, hey, anybody on this email list, do you want to be an affiliate? So that was actually something that I could do and rely on. But
Yeah.
if you don't have that, um, then what I would do was I would post in places where people who lead communities um, hang out,
Mhm.
uh, or just find communities and then send messages to the moderators or admins, because a moderator or admin of any community will definitely look at your email because they make money that way.
That's true. Um, there was another question I was gonna ask you, and I forgot what it was. Oh, well, not so much a question as much of a comment. That's a good point. Sorry about the tail. Um, that, you said that you started with your newsletter audience, and that was a big push, and something that I really liked about it, was you put in the subject line, like, "Name, we want to pay you." And I thought, like, that made me open it, like, when people started replying, and you started copying me on everything, I kept seeing that subject line, and I'm like, "Oh, that got my attention." When I was also using this method to contact one of our colleagues today, actually just before this, um, I made it more personal because, like, I've met this person. They're not just a random person on my email list, but I copied your model in a way, and I was in the subject line, I included, "Let's get that bread."
Hmm.
Because it's like, best way to attract somebody's attention, I think, is like, "Hey, money, free money."
That's actually an interesting thing. So with so people are naturally suspicious, and then
Mhm.
if you approach somebody and say, "Hey, I want to give you money," um, then they are naturally suspicious, because
Yeah.
if you have an email list of, say, 10,000 people, you have an email list of 10,000 people, they're entrepreneurs, let's say, then then and I came to you, um, obviously you're protective of your brand, then you have to address those questions, like the things that people would be concerned about. One, is it real? Are you actually going to pay them money? So you have to show them, yes, this is a real thing. It is a real, this is a real thing. This is a real app. You have to show them that the app is well received. You have to show them that you have great reviews, et cetera, et cetera. You just have to, you have to convince people to do it. It's kind of a strange thing because because if when you make the offer, when you put together the offer correctly, which I feel like we're doing right now. So when you put together the offer correctly, what happens is that uh, it sounds almost too good to be true. And when it does sound almost too good to be true, people are like suspicious. And I cannot tell you the number of people who I've talked to about this so far, and they they have told me like they are looking to make more money, et cetera, et cetera. And when I bring something like this to them, they think it's too good to be true. Also, there's also people who just don't act. Like there's so many people who when you are when they say they need money and then you want to give them an avenue to make that money, like they don't act. Like out of the I would say almost 30 people that we initially like had respond to that email, out of those 30 people, who I think it was only like 10 of them that have been like really active in trying to make it happen. And even
Hmm.
those people have to be nudged.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, I think it's probably human nature, but also 10 out of 30 is pretty decent.
Right, but it's 10 out of 30, but it's 10 out of 30 people who like I sent the email out to almost 15,000 people. Out of those 15,000 people, about 30 responded and said, "Yes, I want to do this." So so they're the ones who actually said, "I want to do it." And out of those people, 20 of them just did not respond again,
Hmm.
even though they wanted it, but they just didn't follow up.
Yeah, I think that's pretty common.
Yeah,
And
it
I
is. It's too bad.
Yeah, yeah, and I think this is a case of something that we talk about frequently, which is quality over quantity when talking about conversions in general. Like you sent it out to 15,000 people. I don't know what 30 people, what percentage that is, and then 10. Um, but it's much more important to get those 10 out of 15,000 people on board solidly doing this rather than 14,000 people replying saying, "Oh, I might be interested in this," and then nobody does a turnover. And this is applicable like to social media and any kind of engagement.
Yeah, and then with even with these like 15,000 people that we're talking about, the people that came in, like they were like very high quality. The final people that we were dealing with, like some people, the the one who has the most following has 70,000 people following them, and the one who has like, and there's other people who have like 10,000, 18,000, 17,000. So there's like a lot of people with different size followings that we've been talking to, which is great.
Yeah, and that brings up another question which came up, which is so basically you created the affiliate program. You're asking people to be affiliates rather than you are the affiliate trying to get people to buy your product, which I think is like the much more common thing we see in those YouTube videos being like top five passive side hustles of 2025, right? Like no, you are the affiliate creator. So do you think it would be possible to then get those people who became buyers? Like, obviously, some of them must have some following. How do you reach them and ask them to become affiliates?
Wait, I mean, who are you asking about?
So, so the people. So let's say one of the people, the person who has 70K followers on their email list.
Hmm.
Okay, they send out your or their offer as an affiliate. Like, hey, buy Magic Book of Fire, get all these perks at this price. So then how can somebody who like a buyer, a customer, of that lifetime deal of Magic Bookifier. Like if they have a following, how do you reach them and ask them to be an affiliate?
Because they're on the same, they become part of the same email list that I reached out to in the first place.
So then would you send out another email to
I
your
very easily could, yes.
Mm-hmm. But would you?
If necessary, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the things I want people to take away from this are one, or actually the main thing is if you can get to the people who command an audience, which may be great for your offer, then you can greatly increase the effectiveness of your outreach. And so that's the lesson for today, everybody.
I agree. And I think another key takeaway is with something like this, you don't have to already have a big following. It helps. But a lot of other projects like this, you have to already have a following or build a following. This, you don't necessarily have to. And that makes it very accessible.
Yeah, I guess it does.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, Happy New Year. Check us out. You are watching this free because it's live, but it won't be free after this. So make sure you check us out at altartsacademy.com, learn about our school group where this video will be archived and you'll get so many more perks and benefits from becoming a member. There's even a free trial going on. So check us out at altartsacademy.com and check out the product that Victor was talking about with this program today at magicbookifier.ai.
We're going to make a post about it in our group where you guys can have a discount. Don't worry about it.
We love you.
We got you.
Bye.
Bye.